Okay, hi. I hope I don't make this whole thing really awkward. I already have. Anyways, if you watch this video, thank you, because I don't think anybody's going to, but thank you if you are. I'm going to talk about how I got into the FNAF fandom, and I'm sure I'll get sidetracked because I always do, and I have ADHD. Oh my god, I talk too much. I was going to talk about, like, how I got into the fandom back in 2020. Well, technically, 2019 I got into the fandom, but, like, for real got into the fandom in, like, 2020. And I'm also going to talk about some, like, things about me as a FNAF fan and, like, how it's been for me liking FNAF for all these years. Okay, so, basically, I got into the fandom. I remember exactly what I was doing when I got into, like, when I officially got into the fandom. Like, before I actually got into the fandom, I remember... This isn't the first time I got into the fandom. This is just me talking about things that happened before I officially got into the fandom. I remember I was in 4th grade, and I was in my English class, and there was this boy that had a FNAF backpack, and I was like, hey, that's really cool, I like that. And he said Chica was his girlfriend, and Bonnie was trying to take her from him. I have no idea what that was about. But, yeah, he said that, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, Five Nights at Freddy's, it's a game. And I was like, oh, okay. And so that made me a bit interested, and I found out that one of my favorite YouTubers, Inquisitor Master, she had posted a long time ago a Roblox video of Foxy Mangle, and I watched it and I was like, hey, this is Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah. And so that was 2019, and I thought it was really cool, but like I never really got more invested than that. I just knew the main animatronics were, that's all I knew, but I thought it was cool. Well, then, in 2020, I remember I was at my grandparents' house, and I was sitting in their kitchen. They were in the other room. There's a dining room and a kitchen. I was in the kitchen, and my grandma always fixes me potato soup, so she fixed me some potato soup, and I was eating that, and I was looking for something to watch, because I like to watch something while I eat. And I remember I was, like, scrolling, and I was searching through stuff, and this video popped up of the Admin Family. It was a gotcha video by Shadow's Glitch, who actually noticed me the other day. Oh my god, I was so excited. It was 2020, and I was like, I liked gotcha videos. I didn't know it was FNAF when I clicked on it. I was like, who's the Afton Family? This must be like their OCs or something, because like I'd never heard of the Afton Family before. I clicked on it, and I saw Michael, and I was like, I don't think I reacted like that, but I thought he was really cute. This was the version of Michael I had a crush on. I'm putting it on the screen for you. This is the first version of him I had a crush on. I'm not really attracted to that version anymore. I mean, I love him because he's Michael, but, like, I prefer not Carly's version of Michael for going gotcha Michael. I think we all knew that. Anyways, I thought he was so fine. But anyways, it, like, opens in, like, I know the exact video. I'm not gonna tell y'all because I'm kind of embarrassed of what video it was. But just know, it was one of her first videos. She had, like, maybe 5 or so videos posted at that time. I don't know exactly how many, but it was not many. I did binge watch all of her videos after that. But anyways, I looked on it and I was like thinking that was their OCs, but then it opens to the living room setting, and it opens to Crying Child, who people used to call Chris. He was like laughing maniacally. Is that a word? And I remember I was like, what is happening here? And then I saw like Innard was there with Michael, like they were sitting next to each other. And I was like, what the heck is this? And then I watched it and I was like, they're all turning into animatronics. What is happening? What is happening? Because they all turned into their animatronics forms and Michael turned purple. I was like, what is this? But then I saw like her other videos and I figured out it was Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like, oh, it's that game. Okay, that makes sense. And I watched all of her videos and I was like obsessed. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I love Michael Afton. I love the Afton Family. I'm obsessed. Every time she posted a video, I would watch it. I have always watched gameplays of FNAF. Like, I still watch gameplays of FNAF, but I was the only gotcha Afton Family like YouTuber I would watch at that time was Shadow. So I didn't get into Not Carly and some other ones that I watched until later. But I would only watch Shadow because I thought that she had the best alternate universe of them. I still think that she pretty much does. I love her videos and stuff when she still posts because she has not quit, luckily. But I also love Not Carly a lot as well, so I can't really say Shadow was the only one to get the alternate universe. But Shadow, I was in love with her, like, the way that she told her acting story, and I guess it's because, like, that was the first storytelling I knew of it. So I never really branched out and watched any other active family gotcha tuber or YouTuber, anything else. Like, if anyone else talked about them, I would just skip it because I'm like, Shadows, Glitch Tales, and Lord of the Best. I don't believe that anymore. But then there was this other YouTuber that I was searching for videos about Michael Afton, and her mini movie of gotcha came on my video page called Michael Afton Movie. And it was an hour long. Her name is like Skyla or Skylar. I cannot remember her name, I'm sorry. But her name is Skyla or Skylar Afton, and I remember there was like a fan art of like past Michael on the cover, and I was like, you know what, I'll give her a chance because this looks really cool and Michael's my favorite, so I'm gonna give her a chance. So I did. I watched the whole thing, and I was like, okay, so I kind of hate her designs, and I kind of still do. I mean, I don't really know what they look like anymore. I'll get to that later. I didn't like her designs, but the way that she like told the lore was really, really good. I still remember it because I used to rewatch that movie like every day. I remember one time I was in the car watching it and it was raining outside. But yeah, like, I was obsessed with that. I can literally tell you bits and pieces of what happened. I remember that Michael and his father would argue, and he would always try to break his father out of jail and be there for his father, but his father didn't give a crap about him. But he's trying to be like a good son for his father and stuff. But it was just really, I thought it was really good. It kind of reminds me of movie Michael, how I think what's gonna happen with him. I would watch her and Shadow. I moved up just watching those two. I never watched anyone else. In 2023, 2024, I mean, like, yeah, I didn't watch anyone else other than those two. Well, I stopped watching Skylar for a while and just watched Shadows because I did get out of my FNAF era for a while because I knew that my parents were gonna think it was too scary for me when I was younger. So like, I didn't really tell them about it. And I really just kind of like forgot about, I didn't forget about FNAF. I would still watch Shadow a lot, but I really just didn't get super into FNAF because I knew that like, I thought that my parents weren't gonna let me. But in 2023, they started letting me watch horror movies. And so I was like, hey, maybe I have a chance to like FNAF. So in 2024, before I could even like talk about FNAF with them, because like, I didn't know how to bring it up around them and stuff. In 2024, my grandpa always like buys me books and stuff when he's at bookstores, and he'll send me pictures of books and he'll like show me. I didn't know there was FNAF books at the time, but anyways, he sent me a picture of a FNAF book, and I was like, oh my god, that's a FNAF book. I didn't know they made those, and I was like, yes, I want it. And so he got it for me, and like a few days later I got it. And I read it, and I was actually kind of terrified by the story, The Breaking Law. That's like my second favorite story. Hide and Seek's my favorite. But in graphic novels and chapter books, this was back when there was like, I had one graphic novel. There's 3 stories in each. So in this one, there was The Cliffs, The Breaking Law, and Sergio's Lucky Day. And I was obsessed. Like, I literally brought that thing with me everywhere. I brought it to school. I read it to my friends. My teacher even looked through the book with me. I remember. This was in 8th grade. I was obsessed, and I wanted the others because I knew there was 3 other graphic novels at the time. So I wanted the others, and he found me the others, and I was so happy. And then I actually had watched gotcha videos about the Raspberry Frights characters because that was the series. And I had like kind of knew what happened to them all, but I was super excited. I was really excited to see Toby. And so when I read Hide and Seek and I saw him in the graphic novel, I was like, okay, that's my man. So yeah, I do like Toby from Hide and Seek. He's so fun in my opinion. But I remember my best friend, I was reading it next to her in class because we had like a free day. And she was like, girl, he's not fun. And I'm like, yes, he is. Look at him. She never agrees with me. She still doesn't. It's fine. Then after I read the chapter book, the graphic novels, I knew that there were chapter books. I just was debating on if I should read them or not because I'm more of a graphic novel person. Well, I'm more of a chapter book person now. And I decided on getting them. So I got all the chapter books. I read them all. They're so good. And then I started reading the Tales from the Pizzaplex, and I've read all of those as well in the first graphic novel that is out. But yeah, I love the books. But that got me into getting FNAF merch. So my parents, I told them like I like watching gameplays of the game and stuff. So then they were like, okay, that's fine. So then I started getting FNAF merch. I got some plushes. I got a poster. 2 actually. I have an Active Family poster and a Security Breach poster. And now I have 3, but anyways. And I got some Funkos and just a lot of FNAF merch in general. I got some FNAF merch, and I was really happy about that. And a FNAF shirt. I remember I have more now, but like at the time I only had 1. But I remember just being so excited to actually like the loud game FNAF, which got me back into the FNAF fandom and which got me watching more gacha creators instead of only Shadow, because I learned there's other good creators out there, just like Not Carly. So Not Carly is my like go-to person to watch now. She is the one that has the Michael that I like, and I would watch some of her videos. I feel bad though, because I never really got into her videos that much. I would watch them if I got really bored, but I never really watched her that much, and I feel bad about that because her videos are really good. I say like while binge watching them like now. And then another one that I watched a lot, I watched others, but like another main one that I watched was Haley. Her tag was Haley, and I remember finding her from a mep of hers that was on my free page. There was like a gacha mep, and it was on my free page of I Can't Fix You, Elizabeth Afton. And I watched it and I was like, wait, this is really cool, I should just sub to her. Because also Shadow was in it, and I was like, okay, she's friends with Shadow, I'm gonna sub to her. So I did, and I watched her videos, and I don't love her character designs, I'm sorry, I don't. But I really like how she like changes the lore and has Michael and William be like a really good father-son duo. And I know it's not canon, but I like it. Well, actually it may be now because the movie, but like I like the way that she told the lore. But Michael was still a good person, so I did watch her some as well. And I remember I was watching her acting from the Dare video one day after school because I was bored. It was like the last day of school and I had nothing to do, so I was just watching her video in my mom's room. I remember that. I got back into FNAF. I had puppet themed nails actually that year as well, but I was very into FNAF in 2024. And then I took a break from the fandom again because I got into Stranger Things. Actually, I forgot to mention one of my first channel names, not my first, like my second channel name was a FNAF name. It was Your Local Foxy Bro, which is based off Michael Afton, teenage Michael Afton. I took a break from FNAF again because I got into Stranger Things, and that became like my whole world for the rest of the year. I actually used to like make my own gachas of the Afton family, but like they sucked, obviously. I have them still in my camera roll. Some of them were posted, but I unlisted most of them. I think I left some public just for you guys to see how bad they were. But I definitely did private most of them, and some of them weren't even posted. So 2024 is when I watched the FNAF 1 movie. I didn't even know it existed until 2024 because I told you I just like, took a kind of break from the fandom. But I watched it, and I watched that movie at least 15 times. I was obsessed with that movie. I knew it wasn't lore accurate, and I was very mad about that. But that was my comfort movie. That movie was literally my comfort movie down. Like, I watched that movie on the way to vacation, and then I literally replayed it because there was still 2 hours left, and I was like, hey, this movie has 2 hours, let's rewatch it. I literally can memorize everything that happens from that movie because of how many times I have watched it. Then in 2025, of course, the FNAF 2 movie is coming out. I was gonna go with my best friend that also likes FNAF. Like, I have 2 best friends, but the one that likes FNAF, I'm running out of breath, I'm sorry. But the one that likes FNAF, I was going to go watch it with her, but then she got sick, or no, we got snowed in and she couldn't go. My dad took me in the snow. It was the opening day, and I was like, I'm gonna go see this movie because you know how much I loved the first one. And I was like, you know what, I decided in my head, I was like, hey, this is gonna be good. I might get back in my FNAF era because I had been debating on it for a while, but I didn't know you guys would accept me because everyone in this community loves Stranger Things. I didn't know if you guys would like allow me to or like accept it, and I thought my views would go down and I thought I would win sub, but you guys are doing pretty good with it. I was also super excited because my favorite animatronic puppet was going to be in the movie, and I was super excited. I was mad though because I was telling my dad in the car ride on the way there, because he knows nothing about the FNAF lore, he just has seen the first movie. I was like, you know, it'd be great because in the game William has 3 kids, Elizabeth, Crying Chef, and Michael, but in the movie it's just Vanessa. It'd be great if like they incorporated the children. And he was like, because like he has no idea what the movie's about. But I'm like, hey, I really want them, and I really wanted Michael to be in the movie. I've always wanted to see what he would look like, and I just thought that'd be really cool because I've been obsessed with him since I was 10. And we got there and I was watching the movie, and I was like, oh, they made Puppet evil. She's not evil in the game, but okay, that's chill. Okay, but then when Michael first came on screen, I had already rumored that character was Jeremy Fitzgerald. Like the version of Michael that's in the movie. I thought it was Jeremy Fitzgerald. I thought it was. Because like I heard a rumor that it was. So when he said his name was Mike, I thought he was just copying other Mike's name to like act like the security guard. That was my thought. But then at the end of the movie when he said, I'm Michael Afton, it did not register to me that was my Michael Afton. My man. Since 2020. Since I was 10. Nothing registered, nothing clicked. I was just like, okay. I literally just nodded. I was like, yep, But then I got out to the car and I was like, wait a second, Michael Afton. The way I like gasped, and my dad was like, what? Like, I said it out loud and my dad was like, what? And I was like, Michael Afton, that's my favorite character from the games. Because he didn't know I had a crush on him at that time. He does now. It's kind of apparent since I have a life-size cutout in my room. At first, I didn't really want to accept it, and I feel really bad about this because he's so hot. I thought he was ugly. But that was because I had seen hate comments about him that made me think he was ugly. Because I felt embarrassed to, like, not think he was ugly. But once I edited him, I was like, what are you guys on? He's so hot. Are you guys stupid? Are you guys blind? I mean, he's hot. I don't disagree with my mindset at that time. Like, he's hot. My favorite version of Michael, I think we all know this, is not Carly's version, the gotcha version, on screen right now. The movie version is a very close second. The only reason he's not my top is because he's supposedly evil, and I don't believe Michael Afton's evil. Even though people say he's evil now, I disagree. I think that he is going to have a redemption arc, and I also think the reason he seems evil, because he literally almost cried when Vanessa wouldn't come home with him. I think he's just trying to make his father proud. Even though his father is dead, I think he just wanted to make him proud, because I feel like Vanessa was the favorite child, and I feel like he just wants to make his father proud. It kind of like Elizabeth in the games. And I feel like his father abused him like he does in the games as well. So, I feel like that's what I think. And I really hope that's true, because I don't want my man to be evil. But, I mean, if he is, I'll support him, because I love him so much. He's my comedy character forever. I mean, like, you all know, I got into editing him and stuff, and I changed my user to Buyers Afton. Because I still liked Will at that point. But then when I got out of Will, I changed it to Funtime Sky, which it still is today. And I love that user. I don't even think I'm planning on changing that anytime soon, because I love that user. Because like the fun times are my favorite, because Sister Location is my favorite game. Security Reach actually used to be my favorite game, but like I got more into Sister Location like last year, around like when the movie came out, when FNAF 2 came out. Like I got more into Sister Location, like not just because of Michael. I love Sister Location, and I feel like I always loved Sister Location as well, but I don't know why. Security Reach was just my favorite for a while. That's my second favorite. No hate to Security Reach. Also, the FNAF 2 movie is my favorite out of the two movies. Not just because of Michael, I just like it better. But they're both my comfort movies forever. I've seen the FNAF 2 movie twice, actually, because I went back to the theater to watch it again. Because my best friend was supposed to go with me again, but she got sick at the time, so she couldn't go. So I just went with my mom, because she hadn't seen it. And when Michael came on screen, I was literally giggling. And she said he was ugly, and she bullied me for liking him. But I don't care. I got a cutout of him like a week later. So there's that. I mean, we all kind of know where I stand with FNAF now. It's my favorite fandom. I finally can accept my favorite fandom. I'm a weird kid. We all know this. I love the FNAF songs too. I saw the Living Tombstone in concert. A lot of people don't know that, but I saw them in concert in October. It was really, really cool. And I actually met the lead singer, Sam Haft. I met him at a convention. I go to conventions all the time. I met Kellen Goff, who voices like half of the FNAF characters. I have a poster that he signed with like all of his favorite FNAF characters with Blurry's voice, and I told him Son, because he voiced his son. His son is one of my favorite characters, and he did the son voice right there on the spot. It was so cool. Basically, where my favorite gotcha tubers that I watched when I was younger stand now is Shadow's Glitch. She has not quit, which is great because she has not officially quit, but she doesn't post a lot. She did post a few weeks ago, which I was really excited about. Well, I guess it's been a month or so now, but like when she posted, I like literally gasped because I was like, oh my gosh. She actually hearted my comment a few days ago, and I like almost cried because like we all know she's the reason I'm in the FNAF fandom pretty much. For Skyla Afton, I hate to say this, but her channel's gone, like deleted. I didn't even know about this till a month ago or so. I didn't even know about this. But like a few months ago, I don't think it was like a few months ago, honestly, I had checked in on her and I saw that her channel was gone, and I'm so sad. Oh my god, like I literally miss her. I didn't love her designs, but that Michael Afton movie was literally my childhood. But like I'm so sad, no one even could re-upload that video, and I'm so mad about it. Like I want her to come back just to re-upload the video. Like, oh my god, I can't believe she actually deleted her channel. She never noticed me, by the way, which is really sad. But anyways, Not Carly has quit, but she does still sometimes like come and make community posts, which is good. I really miss her though. I'm really sad that she did quit because we love Not Carly and her Michael, obviously. I mean, what? And then Haley has also quit. Haley quit a while before Not Carly. I didn't even realize that either of them had quit until I started watching their videos again. But Haley quit and she has not checked in or anything, so I think we've kind of lost her forever, and I'm really sad about it. Oh, also, Not Curly has noticed me before. She noticed me in a community post when I said, hey, what's wrong with Michael? He looks upset. And she was like, he has nothing to do with the fandom, the family at the moment. Of course I was worried about Michael, and that was back in 2024. I remember how excited I was when she responded. And then Haley has hearted my comment before. I think she's hearted my comments multiple times. I'm unsure about that though. But I was early to her video. I said I was early and she hearted my comment. It was really cool. It was I don't really think there's anything else I have to say. I just yapped about FNAF for like 25 minutes. I'm cutting this down before I post it. I don't even know if anyone stayed to the end. If you did, I love you.